Okay, people. So now it's May 11, 2018. It's the next day. Right. Anyway, I am getting into that meat now and those pears. I'm going to try and get on with it for the day. A little tired yesterday from being out in the sun and working in the yard, but besides that point. So anyway, I had to pull out, as you can see, all this dust, right? I had to pull out my my meat grinder. It's an old school meat grinder. So, I've used this in the past. I really, really like it. Anyway, as I was doing that, I was getting into other containers, and I came across things, and I pulled out these ones for now. Isn't that cute, people? That's a little creamer. This one too. Okay, it's got a little, put your cream in there, little salt and pepper shaker, and little creamers. I thought I'd pull out these because I'm going to do some fermenting, right? So I'm going to try just like garlic, just ginger, maybe red chili peppers, just for fun, right? So those are fermenting, right? They're just sitting in a little container doing nothing anyway. And then this is a nice little glass container that I guess you can drink out of. So maybe I'll give that to Tisha. She'll like that. And then, look what I found. Aren't those just the greatest mugs? This one's mine. I actually have beer in my bedroom that ShaMay bought for me like over 2 years ago. It's like 4 cans left. She bought me a half a case, right? So at some point I'm gonna go drag one out and crack it open and put it in there and drink a beer today. And then this one, I know my son likes big glasses, so I'm gonna give him this, so he'll be really surprised to have it. And then I thought, since I'm back into cooking, maybe we'll try this little thing out. Kind of cool. It's like Christmas, right? Always need knives, because I use them in the yard, so I found those two that were handy. Little knife things that I'm just going to hang up in there, right? And a cat comb. So hold on. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I should have another one of these around because I really, really like this machine. I'd have to find it though. But in the meantime, as I do this, people, seriously, man, like, you don't understand. I feel like a lot of guilt. Right? Because I'm supposed to be doing something else that's more important in terms of taking on corporations for their corruption. Whether it's relating to Uncle John, whether it's relating to ShaMay, or other things. I feel I should be a mule to that process, right? So when I do stuff like this, I feel extremely guilty because it's taking away time from doing all that other stuff that when you're going into a corrupt court system, you know, it's very hard to stay focused and be willing to take the abuse. Right? So, as you can see, Amari likes it. This one was straight up watermelon juice. This one looks like it has a little bit of mango in it. I just took it out of the freezer, so it's unthawing now. So he'll get this at some point today. So these work really, really well. Like, really well. He finds them to be satisfying. And, yeah. So, as I was digging through my stuff looking for that, look, I forgot to mention, isn't that just the most lovely gravy dish you've ever seen in a long time? Like, it makes you want to make gravy. Right? So I'm really happy to find that. See, people, back in the day when I first started out with YouTube videos, I didn't know, like I said in previous videos, what to do, what to talk about. All I know is I wanted to, you know, put the nonprofit out there and, you know, try and do something in terms of like information with the majority of my videos. So I was gonna go maybe along some cooking lines, right? So I kind of went out of my way, and I, you know, when in my Value Village days, I would buy stuff like this, right, for YouTube videos specifically. So this thing has been sitting in one of those Rubbermaid little plastic bins for like probably 5 years. This one here, you remember these. These are always to keep handy in case the power goes out and you need it. Or if you just want to use it yourself, just for whatever purposes. I don't have time to work with it today. But anyway, all the parts are in there. Right, pretty sure. I have a couple of those kicking around. So, I don't know. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, I wanted to say, the guilt that I feel when doing this is because I don't know how to protect my family. I feel that if I take these corporations to court, I'm better able to protect my remaining family. I can't protect Uncle John anymore. He's dead. Gone. And if I would have gone over to Victoria and fought, and they just would have called security and the cops, and I would have gotten arrested, and they would have called Code White on me, and just the whole 9 yards, because they had the motive to steal Uncle John's money by any means necessary. Same thing with ShaMay. Taking Fraser Health Authority and the provincial government court again, right? With CIBC Bank kicking in the background with their fucking flag system, stalking me at the tellers, right? You know, that doesn't protect ShaMay, because ShaMay's gone too, right? But it will... I can't say it will protect my remaining family, because if that was the case, I would confidently say it, but I can't confidently say that because the court system itself is corrupt, right? Because you're dealing with an upper class of elitism that has put themselves up there based on the amount of money that they have in terms of assets and that type of stuff, right? Their portfolios and their properties and pension plans and life insurance policies. And so it doesn't matter what I do ever since life began for me, because I was born below a certain income. It's always going to be a struggle. So one of these struggles is I feel guilty preparing food for my family, keeping in mind that I have a little disabled baby that needs special attention in terms of being creative with the types of foods that you give him when you give it to him. But this takes time to make. And just as I'm feeling guilty with working with the meat and the pears today, I felt just as guilty doing that. So that's a problem, people. I mean, obviously I cope with it and I go around it, you know, and I don't let the fear around the guilt freaking paralyze me. But yeah, hold on. Okay. So this is the way I see it, people. When I die and the chaos kicks in terms of, oh no, Mom's gone. Like when Uncle John disappeared, oh no, Uncle John disappeared. I'm telling you, people, when they took John and I got left with the total debt load of this house, and I took this house because of his wife to provide her a place so that she could live out her last years with Uncle John with the assistance of a whole family to help her with her medical needs and psychological needs. Anyway, long story short, I went 5 months, people, 5 months without buying any groceries, and I fed my family. The only thing I did was go to the corner store, buy fresh milk, eggs, and a few potatoes and an onion, a couple of onions. That was it. Everything else that we ate within that 5 month period, because of what happened to Uncle John, came from inside of what I'm doing today. And because I'm inheriting grandchildren along the way, right? You know, that maternal instinct, like I said, I'm puffing up. Tisha mentioned to me yesterday, Mom, you look like you're gaining weight. I said, yeah, I know. You know, like I'm poofing up for whatever reason. Nesting. So I'm nesting here, people. So as you can see, 30% off. It was $6.35 and so on. I already gave 1 pack to my son. So that was a good deal. And then this one here was even cheaper. If you notice, $2.20 for a kilogram, right? And that's like 2.2 pounds. So that's like 99 cents a pound, which, you know, hasn't been like that forever. So I bought 2 packs. There's another pack that goes with this. It's in the freezer, right? So I bought 2 full packs, right? And so anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice some of these, make them real thin, because they're nice for frying or soups or whatever. And then the rest of it, I'm just going to grind it up. And because this one doesn't have a lot of fat on it, you can see, I'm probably going to take this. Well, that's skin on it, so I don't know. I'd have to take off the skin. Or maybe I'll just put that one in a crock pot. I'll do those ones first. And then after that, because this has a different attachment on it, which I've never used, I'm going to try it. One for cabbage, because I want to make fermented sauerkraut, so I'll probably end up doing that at some point today with this little machine after I've done this, assuming I don't get too tired, because I was outside in the sun all day yesterday, right? And that, like, is hard on me, lifting buckets and digging and doing whatever I do out there. And then, because it has different attachments, maybe I'll try to do something with the pears, right? And then I'm just going to throw this stuff in the freezer downstairs, right? It's like having a nervous breakdown because you feel guilty doing it. Although, when I die, people, and the chaos kicks in, my kids won't go hungry, and neither will my grandkids, right? And worst case scenario. Okay, so this is how it works. You take the meat, and you put it in there, and you go. Working pretty good. It's coming out lean. I already cut a whole bunch into slices, and they're in the fridge right now. Because after I'm done doing this, I'm going to vacuum seal everything, people. Right? I'll show you here. Okay, so now that that's been done, I took the 4 packages, I added them up, which came up to $26.45. I subtracted the 30%, which was $7.94. So in total, I spent $18.51 just for that. Okay, that's not including what I gave my son or that other stuff, which is even cheaper than this stuff. But besides that point, so here, you know, I'm thinking I need to get into making wontons. So I'm gonna vacuum seal it, people, because if you vacuum seal it, no matter how long it takes for you to get to it, it's gonna be fine, right? So hold on a minute. Okay, so this is another one of these old school appliances that, you know, you can pick up from wherever. I've never used it. I'm using it right now. It's hot. Hot. Okay. I couldn't get that other one to suck out any air, so I just brought mine out. The other one I bought at Value Village. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not using it correctly. Because this one is... What was happening is it was sealing pretty good. But as you can see, there's lots of air in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up pushing everything that way and cutting it and then resealing it. Hold on. Okay, so anyway. So we got lean ground beef. These are pork slices for like soup, so whatever. Because they're small packages, right? Same thing. This is the ground lean pork. Right? I like them flat because they go better in the freezers. There's another one. And there's a whole whack of those. Those are the slices. This one I couldn't get to seal, but that's okay. Those are slices. I'm just going to put them in another bag as is. And then I'm going to, because I cut it this way and it didn't want to seal. So anyway, and then I got a little bit here, which I'm going to cook up with some sweet potatoes for amari. And then I'm going to freeze the little containers, right? Hold on. Okay, people, so now I'm getting into some sauerkraut here. So, what you want, it's not my recipe, got it online, is you want 1 3/4 pounds cabbage with a bit of vegetables and your seasoning. In this case, I'm just going to use a bit of garlic, right? Two cloves. And you want 3/4 pound cabbage, a 1/4 pound, 25% of vegetable in order to get a good sauerkraut. So hold on. Okay, so there's 1 3/4 of vegetables. You put it in the bowl, and then you take 1 tablespoon of salt, you sprinkle it around, and you mush it with your hands. Okay, so if you don't want to squeeze it for 10 minutes, you can just mush it around, let it sit 5, 10, 15 minutes. And then squeeze it, and then mush it around, let it sit, and it comes out, the liquid. That's what you want, right? Because you're going to have it covered up. Anyway, just for fun, people. Has a little bit of ginger with a cabbage leaf on top. A little bit of garlic, cabbage leaf on top. These are some dry, what do you call that? Chili peppers with little cabbage leaf on top. And then here's some brine of, what do you call it? Quart of water, right? With 2 tablespoons of Himalaya salt, right? Himalayan salt, right? And, yeah, hold on. Okay, so anyway, I'm getting tired. So here's that sauerkraut. I just put a bag of water in there. What I was going to use is the weight wouldn't go through this. This is that, mango and watermelon juice, which I'm going to give to Mari. There's the ginger. Just trying this out, people. The little hot peppers, chili peppers. There's some garlic, right? I used the cabbage to push it down. And then I bought these cucumbers the other day, right? You can see. So anyway, I just did that. I don't know if this is waxed or not. I don't think so. I don't think it's waxed. But anyway, we'll try it. This is 1 quart of water to 2 tablespoons of Himalayan salt, right? Okay, people. So now it's the next day. I don't know, what, May 12th, May 13th is Sunday anyway, 2019. So I'm in the front now, right? Amari's gone to go see Grandma Sonia. So I got a few hours, and I'm going to plant those. The pond wasn't leaking, people. It was something wrong with the pump or whatever. So what I've done, instead of having that hose pour into the pond, I just put it into the pond to see if there's a leak in the line. Because if it drains out over the next day, then that's a leak in the line. If not, then it was leaking out, it was backdrafting as it was pouring into the pond. Because it's not like it's a great, what do you call it? Little waterfall. No, we need to build a better waterfall. So anyway, I'm going to plant, I got little potatoes coming up in there. These things are spreading out. So I'll dig out a few of those. I'll put some cucumbers in here. Obviously, those are still kind of like, they're ready to be chopped down pretty soon. So I'll probably just leave them there for about another week, chop them down. And then what happens is the plants, the cucumbers and stuff, they grow around it, right?
Yeah. What show of mine? Cucumber seed.
Oh, Andre wants to show us what he planted. He's turning into a independent farmer. An entrepreneur, doing it on his own, without his nana. And now my son's involved. Right? And my son's growing into it too. Look at this. See, my son, he's in here in the dirt, digging around, planting it. He liked what grew here last year. What's in here? Nothing? Did he leave that for me?
No. This is the spot he left for you.
Well, what's in there?
Seeds. Cucumber seeds.
No. Nana's got plants. Who's cucumber seeds? I got plants.
I mean, no, not cucumber seeds. Pumpkin seeds, and then squash, pumpkin.
That's a lot of... That's my bed, people. It was taken over.
No.
Look at this yard. Look at this yard. I warned these people. I warned them. But they're not listening to me. I have to get in there today and start digging out this plant and transplant it. So I'm going to work on that. The landlord doesn't want the tree there because it's too close to the house. I told him I'd take the tree. So I'm going to work on transplanting this before it gets too deep into the summer. But look at this. By the end of summer, this will be all of this marrow. All of it. Anyway, my grandson did something. And that's your cucumber seeds?
Yeah,
right in there. There's Mickey the gardener cat, still kicking around like the good old days. All right, people. Like, this is hilarious. I want the dandelion roots. I'm going to ask them when I'm digging up this tree if I can come on here and dig up some of these dandelion roots and maybe make dandelion tea for myself or something, because they're perfect. There's no herbicides, no animals, nothing, and there's like tons of them in here. Look at this big ass weed patches.
Okay, I can go.
They didn't get back to me about whether I could plant something back here, but look at this. Blackberries are out of control. There's the morning glory. Look at that. Blackberry is spreading. Morning glory is spreading. Look, there's the morning glory. Do you see it, people? Oh my freaking God. There it is again. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then this marrow is spreading. Oh, the buttercup is spreading. Everything's spreading in here. Oh my God. No, you can tell him.
No, you tell them.
No, you tell him.
Oh, no, you tell them.
Nana's digging up a white oak.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Just tell them.
I am telling him. Is it on?
Yep.
Oh, let's see, now we're getting into more clay. The homeowner doesn't want this tree. And when he was in here doing his thing, fixing his pipes, they were gonna tear it down. And I said, no. Let me dig it out in the spring. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, and people, this is a white oak.
A white oak.
It's an acorn tree.
That's right. And they don't require a lot of, they can live in a small little planter pot and grow.
Oh, and people, do you know what else? This tree is really deep down there.
Yeah.
I think it would take...
So much for making pineapple juice or doing pears. And by the time, I'm giving myself a hernia.
It's a hernia.
Oh, that's where your intestines move around. Can you pay attention to what you're looking at? Okay, you can turn it off and we'll come back.
Okay, now. Ready?
What will you say?
You tell them.
Andre, please.
Now it has her head in a hole, people. She's working.
I have my head in a hole. Kind of like par and parcel with my life.
Now look. See? The hole is just getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And this root is so deep. I wonder how we're gonna get it out.
I don't know.
If we had a bulldozer, it would work.
Yeah, well, we don't have a bulldozer.
Well, what happens if we did?
Well, we don't. Okay. In there.
Should I turn it off now?
Yes.
Look what now. Now you tell the story now.
Well, Uncle Mark came, pulled it out. I dug it out. Okay. Here's that one. And then there's a couple over here.
So can I turn off the computer this now?
Okay, people. So Andre and I, we transplanted this tree. I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky, eh, Andre, and get some nuts out of it this year. Wouldn't that be the coolest thing? The squirrel would love that. I gave it some water. It's in the dirt right now. So hopefully in the next hour or two, it starts to perk up. Because if it starts to perk up, which I think it is actually starting to perk up a little bit, you can see those leaves there. I'm assuming that the camera is working okay, right? They're starting to perk up a little bit. So we'll just let it suck up on it what it's got there, and then I'll give it some more water in about a half an hour to an hour, and let's just see what it does. I'm just going to attach it a little, just right up in here. Right here, just that'll make it a little straighter. I'm telling you, people, these people who are building these homes, tearing down all these trees, putting in ornamental trees that aren't good for nothing other than they're cheap. They need to start planting these more, and walnuts and whatnot. But anyway, we'll be back. Okay, so now Andre and I are getting up in this stuff. Okay, sun's going down. Anyway, I don't know if it's going to make it, people. It's pretty droopy. Now, mind you, it went through a lot of shock, but it's just drooping more and more and more.